The reigning world champion crossed the line with a 22.4s gap over Perez to clinch his 8th successive F1 win, going back to his Suzuka win last year. Rate also. Formula 12,024 F1 Bahrain GP qualifying results. Verstappen takes pole. Verstappen faced little in the way of competition, only having to contend with a brief play for the lead from Charles Leclerc into the first corner as the Ferrari driver attempted to make a pass around the outside. But the Red Bull driver held the racing line and kept Leclerc at arm's length. Although Leclerc may have hoped for some early assistance from the revised DRS regulations, which allows the overtaking aid to be activated from the second lap, Verstappen had already galloped to a 1-second advantage to ensure there were no challenges on the next lap. Early battles for second gave Verstappen more breathing space and, after George Russell had mounted a pass on Leclerc, the Mercedes was not able to make further inroads and the Dutchman extended his lead to 3 seconds by the end of lap 4. Max Verstappen, Red Bull Racing RB20, Charles Leclerc, Ferrari SF-24, George Russell, Mercedes F1 W15, Sergio Perez, Red Bull Racing RB20, Carlos Sainz, Ferrari SF-24. The rest of the field at the start photo by Sam Bloxham, Motorsport Images. It was a typical Verstappen drive, with relentless consistency and excellent tire management as Red Bull arguably took a less conservative strategy relative to the other runners. Having saved a set of softs from earlier in the weekend, Verstappen and Perez both ran to a soft-hard soft two-stopper while the others elected to stick to a soft-hard strategy. Verstappen managed to take his opening stint as far as the end of lap 17 as he became the last driver to pit, but was far enough ahead of Perez, who had since passed Russell for second on lap 14 with an up and under overtake into turn 4 to maintain a 5-second lead. This grew as Perez faced challenges from Russell and Carlos Sainz behind him, ensuring that Verstappen could focus on maintaining a consistent pace at the head of the field. He made his final stop on lap 37, switching from his sole set of hard tires back to the softs, which he was able to press into service for a statement 1m32.608s lap before easing back into a strong race pace. Perez had to spend the race's second half keeping Sainz at bay, as the Spaniard proved the quicker of the Ferrari drivers throughout the course of the race. Sainz had earlier reeled off impressive overtakes on teammate Leclerc and Russell to provisionally occupy a podium position and, although he sometimes had Perez within 2 seconds, he was unable to make any further inroads towards the Mexican. Told on the 44th lap that his hard tires should start to perform more strongly compared to Perez's softs, Sainz had to settle for third amid an impressive drive. His inch-perfect racecraft had offered at least some action in the battle for third place.